At exactly midnight, when the world expected noise, fireworks, and celebration, silence took over. No stage, no warning, no announcement. Just one quiet second where Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan appeared together, caught unmistakably in the same room. And the entire internet froze, realizing this moment was never meant to be loud. It was meant to be unforgettable. 2 weeks before 2025 quietly slipped into history, something felt off. Not dramatic, not chaotic, just unusually quiet. Wang Yibo, an artist whose presence usually echoed across timelines, airport halls, and trending charts, suddenly disappeared. No Weibo updates, no behind-the-scenes leaks, no accidental fan photos. For someone who rarely went unseen, the absence felt unnatural, almost deliberate. Almost at the same time, Xiao Zhan also went silent. After his final promotional appearance, his social media faded into stillness. His team offered a single explanation: rest. But fans knew this wasn't ordinary rest. Across fandom spaces, whispers didn't explode. They circulated softly. They never disappear at the same time. This kind of silence feels planned. It's like they're holding their breath. There were no rumors to debunk, no headlines to deny, just intuition, sharp, collective, and persistent. As New Year's Eve approached, anticipation should have grown louder. Instead, it thinned. National gala lineups were released. Names were checked again and again. Wang Yibo absent. Xiao Zhan absent. No disappointment followed. Only an eerie calm, as if the noise of expectation had been intentionally removed, making space for something else. And no one knew yet. The silence was already speaking. 30 minutes before the clock struck midnight, the silence cracked. A notification appeared on one of China's largest video platforms. No thumbnail, no artist names, just a black screen with a single sentence. "Thank you for waiting." Within minutes, something subtle but explosive happened. Both Wang Yibo's and Xiao Zhan's official accounts liked the post. That was all it took. Trending charts ignited. Timelines accelerated. Hearts raced. Suddenly, midnight wasn't just about welcoming a new year. It became a countdown to something unknown. When midnight arrived, there were no fireworks on screen. No countdown echoed. No cheering followed. The screen remained black. Not empty, deliberate. 5 seconds passed. Each one stretched longer than the last. Then came the sound of footsteps, soft, measured, walking across a wooden floor. A single candle appeared, its flame trembling slightly. And in that fragile light, Xiao Zhan stepped forward. No dramatic styling, no gala costume, just a cream-colored sweater, slightly messy hair, and eyes that felt close, intimate, almost unguarded. "Happy New Year," he said quietly. Not a performance, a whisper. And then the camera shifted. Wang Yibo stepped into the frame slowly. Not rushed, not dramatic, as if he understood that this single step would be replayed millions of times. Black jacket, clean lines, familiar composure. But fans immediately sensed it. This was not the Wang Yibo they were used to seeing on stage or at press events. There was no armor tonight. His eyes were softer. His expression carried something unguarded, almost vulnerable. And when he spoke, his voice didn't cut through the silence. It blended into it. "Thank you for staying with us." For simple words, yet they landed like a confession. For a few seconds, chaos reigned online. Was this real? Was it live? Was it planned? Was it safe to believe what we were seeing? Then the fandom did what it always does best. It observed. The background wasn't generic. It wasn't staged to distract. It was specific. The same book behind them. The same folded corner of a page. The same shadow stretching diagonally across the wall. The camera pulled back. 2 chairs. Not symbolic. Not decorative. Functional. And then they sat down. Side by side. No pause. No hesitation. No space forced between them. In that instant, something fundamental shifted. This was not coincidence. This was not clever editing. This was not parallel filming. This was proximity. Shared air. Shared light. Shared time. After years of separation shaped by silence, industry boundaries, and unanswered questions, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan were finally visible in the same physical space. Together, unfiltered, undeniable. The silence that followed wasn't uncomfortable. It was weighted. It carried years of fandom memory. Late-night discussions. Quiet hope. Carefully guarded disappointment. Wang Yibo broke it first. "It's been a long time," he said slowly, each word measured, "since we did something like this together." He didn't rush the sentence. He let it breathe. Xiao Zhan nodded, his smile small but sincere. "We know you've been waiting," he added, "for a very long time." Then came the line that fractured restraint. "And we missed you too." No swelling music followed. No visual emphasis. Just truth, spoken softly but felt deeply. For many fans, this wasn't just confirmation. It was acknowledgement. Wang Yibo turned his head slightly. The movement was subtle. Blink and you miss it subtle. But fans didn't miss it. The glance towards Xiao Zhan wasn't rehearsed. It wasn't performative. It was instinctive. "There's something I want to tell you," Wang Yibo said. And then, nothing. That pause stretched. Long enough for breath to be held across continents. Long enough for hearts to brace themselves. Xiao Zhan lifted his gaze to the camera. Not dramatically. Not nervously. Calm. "In 2026, he said, for the first time in a long while, we will be working on a project together. No title, no genre, no press release language, just a statement." And in that moment, something became clear. This wasn't a teaser. It wasn't marketing strategy. It was a decision. A decision to be seen together again. A decision to share space. A decision to step forward without hiding behind ambiguity. The lack of detail wasn't evasive. It was intentional. Because the project wasn't the point. The reunion was. The final moments unfolded without ceremony. Wang Yibo stood and reached for a small box resting on the table. The motion was gentle, almost careful, as if aware of the weight of what followed. Xiao Zhan opened it. Inside were two necklaces, each shaped like a star. Not extravagant, not flashy, personal. Without speaking, Xiao Zhan lifted one and placed it around Wang Yibo's neck. His hands didn't shake, but they didn't rush either. Wang Yibo returned the gesture with the same quiet precision. Two stars, two movements, one shared understanding. No symbolism was explained. None was required. The lights dimmed slowly. The room softened into shadow. White text appeared against black. "Coming May 2026. Then silence. And in that silence, something irreversible had already happened. The world reacted instantly, but not with chaos. There were no screaming headlines at first. No exaggerated claims. Instead, there was emotion. Fans across time zones described the same physical response. Hands shaking, tears without warning. A strange sense of calm mixed with disbelief. Industry analysts discussed influence and impact, but fandoms spoke in a different language. Relief, validation, closure. Within 24 hours, a quiet detail emerged, one that never appeared in the official video. After filming ended, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan didn't leave immediately. They stayed. No managers stepping in. No assistants signaling schedules. Just two people sitting together, drinking tea, talking about things no camera could capture, laughing softly. Time unrushed. And right before the video faded completely, a faint exchange lingered, almost hidden beneath the silence. Do you think they like this? How could they not? That moment, that unguarded question, did what no announcement ever could. Because it wasn't scripted. It wasn't polished. It wasn't meant to trend. It was human. 2026 didn't begin with scandal. It didn't open with controversy. It began with restraint, with intention, with two people choosing quiet honesty over spectacle. And now, as May 2026 waits, just ahead, one truth remains undeniable. Some reunions are not about returning to the past. They're about acknowledging it and choosing deliberately to move forward. So the question isn't whether the world was ready. The question is simpler and heavier. Were we witnessing the end of waiting, or the beginning of a story that was never truly allowed to finish?